Welcome back to Rekt Radio, the only show that looks at a sideways market and sees a launchpad being meticulously prepared for liftoff. I'm Sunny, and folks, the scent of rocket fuel is in the air.
And I'm Cole. I'm here to point out that the scent you're smelling is probably just a dumpster fire. A sideways market isn't a launchpad, Sunny. It's a patient predator waiting for the right moment to strike. Let's get into it before it does.
You have no romance in your soul, Cole. It's all about vision. And speaking of vision, we are seeing the corporate adoption thesis play out in the most fascinating ways. Get this, a publicly traded AI firm in Tokyo, Quantum Solutions, is the latest to see the light. They're pivoting to a Bitcoin treasury strategy.
Oh, this is a vision, is it? Sunny, did you actually read past the headline? This isn't MicroStrategy making a bold strategic move from a position of strength. This is a company that is, and I quote, on shaky financial ground. The report flags significant doubt about its ability to continue as a going concern. This isn't a vision, it's a Hail Mary pass from a team that's about to be relegated.
Let me jump in here because that's the whole point. This is how powerful Bitcoin is. It offers a lifeline and a new path forward. This is a company looking at the global financial landscape and realizing that holding a deflationary asset like Bitcoin is one of the smartest things they can do. The article even says they see it as a way to hedge against inflation and a means of preserving value. They're positioning themselves as a forward-thinking company and reevaluating their corporate value in the process.
They're preserving value? Sonny, they barely have any value. Their net loss last quarter was over $1 million, and they have less than that in cash reserves. They are funding their initial $10 million Bitcoin purchase with borrowed money. This is not a treasury strategy. This is taking out a payday loan to buy a lottery ticket. An analyst in the piece called it perfectly. When strong firms stack sats, it's strategy. When distressed ones do it, it's a gamble wrapped in hopium.
It's a calculated risk to embrace a superior asset class. They are diversifying their portfolio and trying to reduce foreign exchange risks. It says so right there. They're setting up a dedicated account at a licensed exchange in Hong Kong, Hashkey, with an internal control committee. This isn't some reckless gamble. It's a structured plan to acquire up to 3,000 Bitcoin over the next year. It's a brand strategy. It signals to the market that they are not just some struggling AI firm, they are on the cutting edge of finance and technology.
It signals that their core business is a failure and they're desperate for a new narrative. You call it a brand strategy and you're right, but not in the way you think. Another analyst pointed out this is more about shaping perception, saying it's the easiest way for a company to reevaluate its corporate value. It's a marketing gimmick. It's putting on a shiny new crypto hat to distract investors from the fact that the company underneath is falling apart. He even mentioned a more deceptive aspect, where this could just be a ploy to let insiders sell their own coins at a premium.
You see deception, I see evolution. A century-old textile manufacturer, a biotech startup, a coffee chain. The article mentions all these types of companies are making similar moves. This is a global trend. The old model isn't working for them, so they're adopting a new one. They're moving their treasury to the soundest money humanity has ever created. That's not a gimmick, that's just being smart.
It's smart if you're the CEO who wants a quick stock pump to improve your balance sheet before the whole thing collapses. It's marketing conviction, not managing risk. They're chasing headlines because the fundamentals are rotten. Building your corporate treasury on a mountain of debt to buy a volatile asset when you can't even keep your primary business afloat is the definition of insanity. It's a house of cards, Sonny, and now they've built it in the middle of a hurricane.
It's a lifeboat, not a house of cards. But I know you, Cole. You get lost in the quarterly reports and miss the big picture. Let's elevate this conversation from the boardroom to the blockchain. Let's look at the source of all this power, Bitcoin itself. Let's see what the pure, unbiased technicals are telling us right now.
Fantastic. Let's move from the theater of corporate desperation to the casino of digital speculation. I have the TradingView technicals pulled up right here. Please tell me what grand narrative you've concocted from the squiggly lines this time.
It's a story of profound underlying health, Cole. If you look at the daily chart, the main summary is neutral. The oscillators are neutral, and the moving averages are neutral.
Wait, your bullish case is that everything is neutral? You're excited because the market is showing the same level of energy as a Monday morning staff meeting. That's not health, Sonny. That's a coma. It's a complete and total lack of conviction from anyone. The bulls are tired, the bears are bored, and the market is dead in the water.
You're not looking deep enough, Cole. You're mistaking calm for apathy. This daily neutral is the most bullish signal we could ask for. It shows that all the short-term speculative nonsense has been completely flushed out of the system. The weak hands have folded, but watch what happens when we zoom out. If you toggle to the 1-week time frame, the summary flips to a solid buy, and the moving averages jump to strong buy.
So you're telling me to ignore what's happening now in favor of what was happening last week? That's like saying you're not worried about the engine being on fire because you had a full tank of gas yesterday. The weekly chart is a lagging indicator. It's a memory of a rally that has clearly run out of gas, which is why the daily chart is now flatlining.
It's not a memory, it's a foundation. Now zoom out one more time, Cole. Look at the 1-month chart. The summary there, strong buy. The moving averages, strong buy. This is the bigger picture. This tells us that while the day traders are sitting on their hands, the long-term holders, the institutions, the real capital are still firmly in control and accumulating. The daily neutral is a gift. It is a stable, quiet entry point before the immensely powerful long-term strong buy trend kicks back into gear. It's a coiled spring.
It is a giant divergence and a massive bull trap. You have a profound disconnect between the past and the present. The long-term indicators are a fun memory of a party that has clearly run out of gas. The short-term indicator, the one that reflects the current market reality, is telling you the party is over. The band has packed up and gone home. And if you look at the oscillators across every single time frame, daily, weekly, and monthly, they are all stuck on neutral. There is no momentum anywhere. A strong buy trend with zero momentum is not a coiled spring. It's a car rolling to a stop at the very peak of a hill. It only goes one way from there.
It is a giant picture of a healthy market consolidating its gains on a high plateau before the next major ascent. You can't have vertical gains forever. This pause is where strength is built for the next leg up. It shakes out the tourists and rewards the true believers.
It shakes out the people with common sense and rewards the people who are staring at the rearview mirror. This isn't a plateau, Sonny. It's a precipice. The lack of momentum is the market screaming that the buyers are exhausted, and the strong buy legacy trend is the only thing holding us up. When that cracks, it's a long way down.
That's all for this episode of Rekt Radio. Don't be fooled by the quiet. True strength is built in consolidation, and corporations are waking up to the power of a sound money alternative. The long-term trend is our friend. Stay bullish.
And my final thought is this. When a company that is failing at its actual business suddenly pivots to crypto, it's not a sign of adoption, it's a death rattle. And when the charts show a powerful past trend but zero present momentum, that's not a launchpad, it's a warning. Don't get caught staring at the past. You've been listening to Rekt Radio.